People should not be allowed to get away with mistreating people to the point that they are disrespecting the work that they've done, but more so than that, creating an environment where that person no longer feels safe. And away we go. Hello everyone, my name is Angelo and I am a passport brother who brought his fiance from Vietnam. We came to live together in the United States. We got married. She's got her green card, and now we are attempting to live the rest of our life. I am 60. I'm not over 60. And so my priorities in life are a lot different from some of you watching right now. But anyone around my age, probably 50 or above, will have the same kind of priorities in life, and that's that party time is over. It's relaxation time, exploration time, self-exploration time, and a few other things that come in mind. And hopefully you guys were able to hear me with that music playing. So I'm going to start from the beginning. My name is Angelo. I am a passport brother who brought his fiance from Vietnam to the United States on a K-1 visa. We got married. She got her green card, and now we're attempting to live our lives together as a unit, as partners, and have success at that. And so I'm on my way to pick up my baby girl daughter from her mother's house. We've changed some things at my house, so there's a lot of things going on. But let me turn this down a little bit. I am 60 years old, 60, and when you become my age, your priorities change, and some of the things that were important to you in your 30s and even in your 40s no longer as relevant when you get over 55. Now there are some things that really you don't do after a certain age, and I don't follow those types of rules or traditions, and I walked away from my previous job. I resigned because there are some issues there that, as a man in my 60s, I was not prepared to. No, not prepared. I was not willing to deal with, especially when I'm looking towards, the end of the road in terms of my 9-to-5 work life situation. So I've moved on from there. Right now, I'm definitely in the the workforce, or the community of people who are actively looking for jobs. I've already worked with a resume consultant. I've already decided what areas I want to focus in on, because right now I figure that if I do have to find another job, well, I'm going to make sure it's at the very least in an industry that I feel good about. And again, like I said, there are certain things, your priorities change. And I'm not so much, focused on money as I am focused on a change, because I work in security, or I worked in security. I might still go back to that, but we'll see. But I spent the last decade of my life with a security mindset, so much so that it's pervasive in my everyday life now. I'm always after my children and my wife to look out for this and look out for that and that kind of thing. And I'd like to kind of move away from that, although I know the importance of it, but I don't want it to be the North Star to my life right now, that everything that I do is about security, or safety. So I'm thinking about, I'm considering not continuing in this industry, this vertical. However, I do understand the importance of it. But like I said, I'm looking for a change, and part of that change is I want to explore different mindsets, different compulsions, different ideologies, and just a different experience. I've spent so much time telling people what to do and what not to do, and what rules they are breaking and what rules they have to not avoid, but have to abide by. And I don't want to do that anymore. I want to spend time helping people. I want my life to be about not the black and white area, but the gray area in between. Meaning, I want to help people explore things. I want to help people achieve things. I want to help businesses make a difference in the world. And it doesn't have to be some massive, profound thing. It could just be, something as small as, changing one child's life, or getting people to see things differently, to change from a negative mindset to a positive mindset, or some people call it low vibrational people, or those who have negative mindsets. So that's what I'm looking forward to doing. That's what my goal is right now. And I am, I'm out there. I'm looking for a job. I'm not making it my whole world right now, because there are other aspects of life to that. And, because of the situation with my previous job, I've been having conversations with the appropriate parties about what available next steps there are that I can take. I have launched several, or I should say level several complaints with several different organizations. They have gotten back to me to say that they will investigate. So we'll see what turns out for that. Because I think that when people should not be allowed to get away with mistreating people to the point that they are disrespecting the work that they've done, but more so than that, creating an environment where that person no longer feels comfortable, no longer feels safe, no longer feels all of the things that they worked hard to have. So I think that those people should be made to pay for that, particularly when there's an issue about age, or there's an issue about race that comes up. At the very least, some significant concerns about these things. So this is what I'm trying to do. At the same time, I am studying and I am learning, and I've picked up a few new skills, and I kind of recognize that I really love the idea of continuous learning or continuing education. I'm typically the kind of guy who I set, aggressive deadlines, so that I can inspire and motivate myself to it's just to finish, to complete the task, and I've done so on several different occasions with my continued learning, and I like the result, and I like the confidence that I have now, knowing that I can have a conversation about governance, risk, and compliance. I can have a conversation about the payment card industry data security standards. I can have a conversation about cybersecurity. I can have a conversation about the National Information for Standards and Technology, or ISO, International Standards Organization, or IEEE, the International Electronics and Electrical something. So I like that. I need to work on that one, obviously. So I like that. I like the idea that I have these new skills, and it gives me confidence, and it gives me, a reason to get out there and learn more. And I've barely touched the surface, and now I'm at a point now where, I have a wide area that I have kind of like breached the surface, and now I am trying to figure out which silo am I going to like drill down on, which one am I going to try to become an SME, a subject matter expert. And so this is exciting for me. I'm not usually the kind of person who gets scared when things are not going to plan. I realize that that's just a part of life, and part of life is dealing with the ups and the downs and other situations, and just trying to make the most of it, or using it as a learning experience. And I have learned a lot. Trust me. I've even learned some ways in which I was bamboozled, and I was hoodwinked into believing a certain thing when I should have just read the writing on the wall and understood that in some ways, culture outweighs professionalism. And when you're dealing with businesses that just fully acknowledge that, lying is just another way to conduct business, it's not a good place to be. And I used to warn my wife. Well, she's not working there anymore, but I used to warn my wife about, being careful about not letting, those work demons get on you, because even though you say, I'm not bothered by that doesn't bother me, it does. It affects you. It affects your psyche. It affects your mentality. It affects everything. And if you don't address it quickly, sorry about that, I almost missed my turn. If you don't address it quickly, then you'll start bringing those demons home, or you'll just start allowing them to affect your life and affect your thinking. And I warned her about those things, but I should have been paying attention to my own advice and not let those demons get on me, because I'd been around them for so long that I just accepted it. as par for the course. And that was part of my my being hoodwinked, and my being bamboozled. So I don't ever profess to be the smartest person in the room, but when I learn my lesson, I learn my lesson. And so I'm here at my daughter's house, so time to let her in. I'm just going to post this tonight, share it with you folks. I am really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm trying to monetize this account. You guys can help me if you're watching. If you hear this right now, please just click that subscribe button. I won't bore you with the usual YouTube rigmarole or the lies, or people jumping on trends and posting videos about trends and all this kind of crap just to get crap out there. I won't bother you with that. My stuff is always going to be real life, real situations, and real life situations and real life success stories. So with that, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.